All right, gentlemen, let's talk about conquering sexual performance anxiety. And I'm not here to hand you some fluffy affirmation or quick breathing exercise. I'm about to reveal how to tap into a part of yourself that eliminates pressure, transforms nervousness into raw energy, and brings authenticity back to your intimate life for both of you. Here's what most guys believe: that performance anxiety means something's fundamentally wrong with them, that they've got to rewire their psychology, or achieve harder erections, or increase stamina, or risk losing her. But let me tell you the truth. This isn't primarily a physical issue. It's about reconnecting to something deeper. Because when passion disappears from the equation, stress rushes in to fill the void. In this video, I'm walking you through a 4-stage blueprint for converting performance stress into sexual power by reigniting the passion that captivates her. I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes, a men's sex therapist who's worked with couples for over a decade, and I've guided countless men to revitalize their intimate connections, not by obsessing over performance metrics, but by cultivating presence, understanding polarity, and embracing primal passion. Let's get started. Eroticism dies when you're terrified of being truly visible. Performance anxiety doesn't originate below the belt. It begins when you disconnect from your authentic desire. Most guys split themselves into parts. They put on the nice guy mask, or they imitate some hyper-masculine stereotype, but they never allow themselves to be witnessed completely, unfiltered as a man with genuine wants and needs. Have you noticed how your arousal vanishes the instant you second-guess yourself? That split second where you wonder, am I coming on too strong? Is she judging my technique? What if I'm being too aggressive? That's the moment you betray your own fire. But here's what you need to understand. She's not looking for a flawless performance. She wants to experience your longing, your unfiltered desire. The dimension of you that craves connection with her entire being, not just the physical act. Passion gives permission, and that permission begins the second you stop concealing who you really are. When you quit apologizing for what you want, that's when she feels liberated to express what she wants. And if this resonates deeply, if you recognize you've been suppressing your desire because nobody taught you how to express it properly, make sure to check out my Her Primal Desire Code video over at elevatedlover.com once you finish this one. It breaks down exactly how to convert that hesitation into intensity, and that spark into undeniable chemistry. Performance anxiety stems from passion deprivation, not technique deficiency. Anxiety flourishes in environments where passion has been drained away. You're not anxious because you lack knowledge. You're anxious because intimacy has transformed into an obligation, an examination to ace, a choreographed routine to execute flawlessly. Let me be direct with you. You could master every trick in the book. You could practice edging endlessly. You could study every inch of her body. But if your core energy is disconnected, if you're not genuinely aroused from within, she'll detect that emptiness. She'll sense she's with someone desperately trying to measure up, rather than the man she's craving. What you need isn't more sophisticated techniques. What you need is a rekindled inner fire. That's the secret to transforming anxiety into eager anticipation. That's what makes her gaze at you with eyes that communicate, yes, now. Slowing down isn't timidity. It's pure magnetism. Anxious guys accelerate everything. They rush through foreplay, they race toward climax, they speed up trying to finish quickly or demonstrate they're still capable. But that urgency comes from a dysregulated nervous system. It broadcasts insecurity and fear. When you feel pressure building, deliberately slow everything down. Not in an uncertain, wishy-washy way, but like someone so centered in himself that rushing becomes unnecessary. Extend your breathing. Linger with each kiss. Hold eye contact longer before any physical touch happens. When you can sustain that tension, you embody that tension. This isn't fragility. This is masculine gravitational pull, and she'll surrender to it. But none of this works if you keep attempting to solve performance anxiety through better performance. Here's your wake-up call. Sexual confidence isn't something you achieve through external validation. It's something you reveal by shedding the false beliefs that convinced you to hide your authentic passion. You don't need to accumulate more skills. You simply need to claim your fire unapologetically. Because when your nervous system radiates confidence, when your presence communicates, "I want you," when your passion declares, "I truly see you and I'm choosing you," anxiety evaporates, leaving only electric chemistry, raw hunger, complete union, because you've remembered your true nature. Allow her to experience that man. And if you're ready to step into that version of yourself, begin by watching the Her Primal Desire Code video over at elevatedlover.com. You'll find the link in the description. Because once you lead from authentic masculine presence, she'll follow you anywhere. Hit that thumbs up if this message landed for you. Subscribe for ongoing content about developing sexual confidence, understanding sexual polarity, and evolving into the man she desires. Drop a comment below. I want to hear your perspective on what we covered today. I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes, and I'll catch you in the next video.